It's in North Carolina, in Mecklenburg County. Well, they had a debate about domestic partnership benefits for county workers. If they're in same-sex relationships, are they going to get the same benefits as, straight couples? And it was a debate. The Democrats wound up winning because they had more people on the board. They won 6-3. That's not the interesting part. The interesting part is what happened during the debate. Commissioner Wilma Leak is a Democrat, and she came out and told this, gut-wrenching story, emotional story about her own son. And she said that her son got AIDS and died in 1993, and how she was torn up about that, etc. And as she was saying that, the Republican commissioner, Bill James, leaned in and said, your son was a homo? Really? Oh, keep it classy. Bill James, way to go. Your son was a homo. Really? She responded by saying, you're going to make me hurt you. Don't do that to me. Don't talk about my son. Okay. I mean, the kid died from AIDS, right? And she's telling this emotional story, and there's this idiot calling the son a homo, right? All right, look, it could have been a mix-up. He didn't mean to say it that way, etc. In fact, afterwards he said, look, I was in the middle of saying homosexual, and it just came out as homo, right? All right, well, if he said that, then it's not an issue. It's a local thing that happened there. He misspoke. All right, we move on, right? But no, of course he had to go on radio, on a conservative show, I take it, a local radio station, WBT AM. And when asked about it, he said, quote, to Keith Larson, quote, look, I don't care if I said homo. I don't think it changed the reality of it. Whether I said, is he a homo really, or is he a homosexual really? I'm okay with either one of those. Okay, well, then you're an ass. I mean, does it matter what we call people? Of course it matters. Look, I don't want to go on and on about, what you call this, but does it matter if you call somebody black or you call them the N-word? Of course it matters. I mean, it's ridiculous. And it's not just that you call them that, it's the time that you chose to do it. I mean, don't you have any humanity? That's my question, right? This woman's telling you about her son died. And now it's almost like he's proud of it. Like, oh, yeah, I won't be politically correct. I'll rub it in her face. Well, then you're an ass. But it gets worse, of course. He said that Wilma is a religious hypocrite because her late husband was a bishop in the AME Zion Church, and that has historically opposed homosexuality. And I guess she's a hypocrite for loving her son. All right, now, if you think that this Bill James character is just bad in regard to homosexuals, wait till you get a load of them with blacks. So now we go back to 2004. Again, you wouldn't bring this up, except he's making a big deal out of it and said, yeah, homo, yeah, I call him a homo, so what, right? Here's what he said about the, quote, urban black community. They live in a, quote, moral sewer with parents who lack the desire to act properly. The whole urban black community. Swell guy you are. And then when people were like, come on, man, bounds for reason. Aren't you going to apologize to her in any way? Going back to the issue with Wilma Leak. He said, yeah, look, I'm sorry if the question, you took it the wrong way. Classy, man. Classy. And you wonder why you've lost large chunks of the population, Republican Party. I mean, you got guys like this representing you. You got to run them out of the party. If you don't, that means you're backing him up. And if you're backing him up, how are you going to get a black guy to vote for you when you said that he lives in a moral sewer and you insulted his parents? How are you going to get gay people to vote for you if you say that, they're all homos, and like when you hear a gut-wrenching story about how some kid died, you go, oh yeah, really? He was a homo? Well, obviously you're not going to get these people to vote for you, and you're not going to get a lot of younger Americans who believe that America is about all of us and not, just, your particular ethnicity. America's changed. These guys don't realize it. People under 40, they don't think like this. Look, that's a gross generalization, but overall, yes. I mean, look at the numbers, look at the statistics, look at the polling, right? You're not going to win people under 40 by saying that black people live in a moral sewer and calling gay people homos as, they're telling stories about how they died. No. So look, hey, Republican Party, if this is what you're for, and you think Bill James is heroic for standing up and not being politically correct, have at it, Hoss. But that's not what this country's about, and you're going to continue to lose elections that way.